What's going on, guys? It's Patrick here, and today I'm bringing you a different sort of styled video. And in this video, I'm going to be comparing the new Exozombies map Carrier to World at War Zombies Veruckt. These maps are very, very similar, and I thought that this would be kind of interesting to do a video for, so let's get into it. Now, the first and most obvious similarity between these two maps is the dual spawn system. So Veruckt was the first and only map at the time to incorporate a dual spawn system where there's two different areas you can spawn in and they're blocked off from each other. But it was really cool to see Sledgehammer Games bringing this back. Now, that being said, it's more than just the fact that there's two different areas. What makes them both really interesting is that you can only access the other spawn by getting to the power, if that makes sense. So yes, I know there is the inventory, the armory, which kind of screws things up. You can get to the spawn through the armory if you go into it and back around. But besides that, the only way you can go from spawn to spawn, you have to get to the final area, which is the exo room. So you can jump over that little thing. And similarly enough, in Veruckt, it's the same thing. You have to turn the power on, which will open a door. So although there's a little difference there because they introduced the armory, it's very, very similar, which I find just really odd how similar they did that. Now, moving beyond the spawns themselves, we can look at the two maps and notice they are very, very similar in structure. In fact, they're almost the same minus one room. So basically, how both maps work is you start in one of the spawns and it's just a circle around the map. And once you get to the exosuit, you can complete the circle and you can go all the way around the map. Very, very similar. The only difference is, of course, that the armory was introduced, so there's a central location, but the main core of the map is around it. It's revolving around the area. So that's another huge similarity. Although Veruckt does not have a central location like Carrier's armory, there is one similarity that I found here, and that is essentially the armory has four doors, right? So if you look at it, there's the two in the spawn, there's two to each side. And although Veruckt does not have a central area, if it were to, it would exactly mirror Carrier. So just think about this. If there was a central area in Veruckt, it would obviously be the lower courtyard with the fountain in it. And if you were to access that area, looking at the map, how would you get there? Well, there's four different spots that make logical sense. The first two are in each separate spawn. Just like in Carrier, each spawn has a location to the central area. Veruckt could easily have that, but there's actually two more areas. Now each are both on the balconies. And funnily enough, to reach the balconies, you must go up a set of stairs. And just like in this map, you have to go up a set of stairs to get to the armory from the other location. Veruckt was the first map to introduce original perks to its respective series, whereas Carrier was the first map to introduce an original perk to its series. Now, before you go saying that Exo Soldier and Exo Slam are original perks, those are basically perks that were taken from another idea and sort of revamped, whereas Stockpile is the first true original perk in Exo Zombies. Both maps take place in vast, expansive wasteland areas. So Veruckt takes place in the middle of nowhere in this forest. It's burning. Everything is awful. There's nothing around it. Carrier, on the other hand, is in the middle of the ocean. Now, again, this may be digging a little bit too deep, but I just thought that was interesting where you look at some maps, it's like dig site, in the middle of an island. These two maps seem to be completely on their own with nothing else around them whatsoever. Now, guys, that's really all I have for you today. I had a lot of people requesting I make this video, and I know a lot of these things kind of sound like long shots, digging way, way too hard, and I'm not accusing Sledgehammer of stealing, really. These are two different maps with just, I think, coincidental similarities. But I did think that was an interesting video. Just the spawns, the way you can get to each spawn, the structure of the map, how it's just a circle, and then again, that central area. Just really thought that would be it. It was just interesting. It really fascinated me, and I like to relate maps to each other. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you have any similarities that I missed, because that was just like what I could come up with off the top of my head in like 15 minutes, I'd be really interested to hear. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you later.